As soon as he became the President of America for the second time, Donald Trump announced in his inaugural speech to reverse the climate-friendly energy policies of the Biden administration. On the first day of his second term, he signed an executive order withdrawing America, the world's largest emitter of greenhouse gases, from the Paris Agreement for the second time in a decade. The 2025 Paris Agreement was made to limit the global temperature. It includes almost all the countries of the world except Iran, Libya, and Yemen. America's exit has made a total of 4 countries out of the Paris Agreement. The aim of the Paris Agreement is to reduce greenhouse gas emissions in the world.
Look, his reasoning is very clear. He thinks that the United States would be paying out more in terms of its global collaboration than what it would gain. This is exactly what he said even in 2016. And he believes that the United States is a country which has no global obligations of this kind and no responsibility for historic emissions, etc. And so, therefore, he says, well, we'll do what we have to do, you do what you have to do. That's his standard approach. Drilling in all these places is, in my opinion, straight away guided by pecuniary interests, and of course the fact that it will lower prices of oil that could help curb inflation in the United States.
The new decision of the US president is similar to that of 2017, but this time it may have a more profound impact. Earlier, when the US had pulled out of Paris Agreement, the presidential elections were about to take place. As soon as Biden became president, he reversed Trump's decision and the US rejoined the Paris Agreement. As climate change is accelerating, experts say the impact of the US decision will have significant and far-reaching consequences for both the environment and international relations.
In any which way, the developing world, with or without US being in the Paris Agreement, there would have been an increase in fossil fuels for a certain period of time. And the emissions curve would be bending for different countries at different stages of development. How much will that pathway shift just because US will get into extracting more fossil fuels? It's actually difficult to say because, even oil, it is also a sort of a cartel by countries at the end of the day. So it is not that, it depends on where the demand is coming from. So if you see the consumer moving away to EVs, to renewable energy, US might just left with extracting fossil fuels and not finding a market for it.
The Paris Agreement plays an important role in bringing countries together to tackle climate change. It sets ambitious targets for reducing emissions and encourages nations to track and report on their progress. Trump's withdrawal has raised concerns about the environmental impact, potentially hampering global efforts to limit warming and worsening the climate crisis. When the US pulled out in 2017, it led to higher emissions and a bigger impact on international climate.